Hi everyone. So what is happening now with our skills migration? As part of the migration strategy, we are looking at changing the occupation lists, looking at a possible revamp of the occupations that are on the list for all employer-sponsored visas. So we are currently replacing the existing 482 list with the new visa that is going to be the skills and demand visa, and we're going to have potentially three groups of occupations there: the specialist pathway, the core skills pathway, and possibly the essential skills pathway. Now, as part of that, we have an organization that is called Jobs and Skills Australia, and they are looking at the lists. They are looking at things that are going to be on the list in future. They call it confident on the list, certain to remain. They're looking also at occupations that they think should not be on the skills list for an employer-sponsored visa. That is the confident off the list. And they are also categorizing targeted for consultation list. That is a list they have not yet decided on whether that will remain on the list or not remain on the list. Now I remind you again, this is for an employer. This is the new list called the CSOL. The CSOL. And that's for an employer-sponsored visa. And that's for a 482, remember, and for consultation purposes only. So currently the consultation process is underway, which means that this can change. But let's look at what we have now. Okay, so let's start with the positive stuff. Confident on the list. Occupations that will remain. Well, surprisingly, all the managerial occupations. Chief Executive Managing Director, Sales and Marketing Manager, Advertising Manager, Research and Development Manager, Construction Project Manager, Engineering Manager, Production Manager, Forestry School Principals, ICT Manager, SNAC, Arts Administrator Manager, License Club Artistic Director, Technical Director, Television Journalist, Taxation Accountant. Well, this is interesting, yes, because a lot of you will be aiming for this one. Taxation Accountant. Surprisingly, Recruitment Consultant. Actuary to confidently remain on the list. There you go. Organization and Methods Analyst, which is similar to Management Consultant. Information and Organization Professionals, NEC. This is the Data Scientist, Data Analyst, Business Analyst occupation. Remains on the list. Confident to remain on the list. Surprisingly, for me, Advertising Specialist, ICT Business Development Manager, Ships Engineer, confident on the list. Wow, that's interesting. Surveyor, other special scientist, civil engineer, and then all the engineers. Geotechnical, structural, transport, electrical, industrial, mining, petroleum, aeronautical, agricultural, etc. So again, yes, this is the skills and demand visa that is going to replace the 482 visa, and these are the occupations that Jobs and Skills Australia, as part of the consultation, has put on the confident to remain list. Yeah, will most likely remain. Engineering professionals, environmental consultant, environmental scientist, geologist, geophysicist, biochemist, veterinarian, metallurgist, physicist, teachers, early childhood, pre-primary, primary, secondary school teachers, all will remain. So that's important. Yeah, employer sponsorship. These occupations will remain. I haven't had personally many teachers being sponsored by employers though, but yeah, they remain on the list. Uni lecturer, medical radiation therapist, technologist, sonographer, etc. Okay, all the doctors and dentists and audiologists and general practitioners, all the doctors remain on the list available for sponsorship. Again, doctors, special physicians, psychiatrists, surgeons, ophthalmologists, etc. All the registered nurses, Developer programmer, software and application programmers, NEC will stay on the list. The midwife will stay. Database admin, network admin, so the ACS, the Australian Computer Society occupations remain. Network analyst, intellectual property lawyer. Wow, that's funny that we do this, confident on, and an IP lawyer in Australia. Okay. Solicitor, confident on. Drug and alcohol counselor, clinical psychologist, NEC, all the psychologists, social worker. Yeah, that's pretty obvious. Building inspector, civil engineering technician, and draftsperson remain on the list. Yeah. So why is it important? It's important if you want to be sponsored by an employer, but it's also important if you're looking for a study pathway with potential further employer sponsorship. Study pathway in Australia. You can see which courses you want to do. So civil engineering draftsperson. If you want to do advanced diploma of civil engineering, drafting and design, you should do one because it's confidently going to remain on the list. It seems so. Subject to further consultation, of course. Metallurgical, materials technician, mine deputy, etc. Okay, now here come the trades. Automotive electrician, diesel motor mechanic, motor mechanic. So if you going to do Cert 3, Cert 4 and diploma in that, you can. Sheet metal worker, metal fabricator, welder first class. All the metal tradies are here. All the aircraft people are here. Fitter, turner, metal machinist. Metal machinist is kind of a welder. Metal fitters and machinists, NEC, all these occupations. Carpenter and joiner, perhaps to aid our building industry. Drainer, gas fitter, so the construction trades. Electrician, the construction trades. Okay, various technicians, dock handler or trainer, wow, on the confident to remain list. Shipwright, chemical plant operator, ambulance officer, dental technician, dental hygienist, enrolled nurse, youth worker, confident to remain. That's interesting. Now that's interesting. Other sports coach or instructor. Other sports coach or instructor, wushu martial arts and yoga instructor only. So there you go. If you're a business, if you want to sponsor a yoga instructor, that goes with other coach, other sports coach or instructor. And they're considering only wushu martial arts and yoga instructor people here in this occupation. Wow, that's interesting. Okay. Okay, so done with the confident on list. Now, let's go back. So that was on list, yeah? The new 482 visa, as part of the migration strategy, we will have the CSOL list. And in this CSOL list, we're going to sponsor people for the 3 types of work visas. Yes, the specialist pathway and the core pathway and possibly the essential skills pathway. So the confident on list was what I was talking about before. Now confident off list. They call it confidently off the list, but remember it's up to consultations still. Let's quickly look through. Beef and cattle farmer, deer farmer, horse breeder, sheep farmer, livestock farmer as well. The farmers are out, interesting. Growers are out, cotton, vegetable, etc. Growers are out. Public relations manager is out. Importer or exporter is out. Wholesaler, manufacturer, production manager, mining is out. Child care center manager is out. Well, I should have been out long ago. Because you can't normally even get to this level if you study in Australia. You can't get to this level because when you do the diploma in childcare, you get to the level of educator, and then you don't have enough 485 visa to ever be able to gain the experience as childcare center manager and then be sponsored. Now, how do you do it? It was impossible, was foolish to be on this list, to keep this job on the list. So now it's going to be out. Welfare Center Manager, Health and Welfare Services Manager, etc. ICT Project Manager is out. Wow. Well, that's unfortunate. That's a popular occupation. Is out. Okay. Now, here comes the unpleasant. Cafe restaurant manager is out. I know a lot of people sponsor staff through cafe and restaurant manager. Caravan camping ground manager out. Bed and breakfast operator out. Interesting that a lot of occupations are in hospitality and they are out of the list. Now, again, not certainly, but this organization, Jobs and Skills Australia, calls them confident of. Hair or beauty salon manager, confident of, they're saying. Post office manager, amusement center, fitness center, sports center manager. Okay, again, all this entertainment industry, out. Call or contact center manager, out. Customer service manager, out. Conference event organizer is also out. Facilities manager, financial institution branch manager, and actor, confidently out. Okay, they think we have our own actors here in Australia. Anyway, dance and choreographer, out. Actors, dancers, and others, composer, musician, singer, music professionals, all these creative people are out. Photographer is out. Painter, visual arts is out. Sculptor, ceramic artists, all these arts people are out. Radio, television presenter, journalist, book, script editors, art directors, director of photography, film people, screen people are out. Now remember, that's the skills list for employer-sponsored visa, not yet implemented, undergoing consultations, so possibly closer to the end of this year. But if you're embarking on studies in Australia now, consider the out occupations and possibly the occupations you wouldn't want to get involved with. Okay, again, the copywriters, film directors, I guess they think that AI is going to do the job for the copywriters. Commodities trader, financial broker, SNAC, so all these mortgage brokers and advising on super and investments, financial market dealer, futures trader, stockbroking dealer, financial dealers, okay. Gallery museum curator, health information manager, records manager, economist, policy analyst, librarian, liaison officer are out. Okay, nothing interesting here. Environmental health officer, health promotion officer, chiropractor, osteopath, these allied health occupations, homeopath, naturopath are out. Unsurprising. Nurse manager, can't comment. I don't know why. Okay, ICT support engineer. They want it to be out. Well, that's unpleasant. And they want the telecom engineer to be out as well. Careers Councillor, Family Marriage Councillor, Councillor's Neck, Minister of Religion. They want to get rid of the Minister of Religion. Okay. Historian, interpreter, archaeologist, social professionals neck, community arts worker. Welfare worker. Welfare worker is out. That's unpleasant. Life science technician. Life science technician. Yeah, it's a popular occupation, life science technician. That's a bit of a pain. Okay, electronic engineering draftsperson, ICT customer support officer, ICT technician, that's clear. Blacksmith engraver. Okay, lift mechanic, watch and clock maker. Okay, that's understandable why they are out. Florist, communications operator, shearer, small offset printer. Oh, okay. Some occupations I've never actually seen, but anyway, yeah, they're looking at all of them. Apparel cutter, wood turner. Well, that's a trades occupation I would think would remain, but anyway, it's going to be out. Makeup artist, well, unsurprising. This one is out of the list. Okay. Television equipment operator, disability services officer, and community worker. Wow, this is big. These two occupations are out. Wow. Well, there you go. Someone who's considering doing community work. I've always said community work, so hard to get a job. A lot of people end up doing care work, end up working as a support worker, care worker, disability or aged care support worker, and never get to the community worker level. Well, there you go. They want to take it out of the employer-sponsored list, want to take the community worker out, together with the disability services officer. And before, remember, we spoke about the welfare worker potentially going out of the list. So think twice if you're planning to do these occupations now. Refuge worker, funeral director, driving instructor, bungee jump master, nothing interesting for us here. Let's go further. Whitewater rafting guide, outdoor adventure guide, snow sport instructor, dog horse trainer, official sports umpire, jockey, lifeguard. Well, we haven't done many of that. Personal assistant is out. secretary, general, bookkeeper. Yeah, I don't think that's really important for us. Okay, we're done. We're done with the confident off list. Yeah. And the last list. So remember, those who started watching this video now, we're talking about the future list. This is known as the CSOL, Skilled Migration Occupations List. CSOL, the new version of it, possibly ready by end of this year once the consultations are done. We've dealt with what is going to remain confident on list, what is going to be out of the list, and what is targeted for consultation. But remember, all of these are still subject to consultation. But now let's look at the targeted for consultation, the one which especially Skills and Jobs and Skills Australia needs more help with understanding. Does this country need these people or no? Okay, corporate general manager, aquaculture farmer, apiarist, doing with bees, right? Dairy cattle farmer, goat farmer, pig farmer, mixed cattle and sheep farmer, grain, oilseed, whatever, growers, farmers and growers, livestock, okay, human resource manager, finance manager, okay. That is a sponsored occupation for people. Okay. Policy and planning manager, project builder, production manager, manufacturing, supply and distribution manager, procurement manager, medical admin, nursing clinical director, primary health organization manager. Needs more consultation. Faculty head, lab manager, retail manager, general, travel agency manager, fleet manager. Need more consultations. Equipment hire manager, music director, film and video, print journalists, internal auditor, used to be on the long-term list, currently is on the medium long-term list, used to be there for ages. And external auditor now require more consultations. So we don't know if you can sponsor. That's a very popular occupation to sponsor, especially the internal auditor. Big corporations sponsor them. So now we don't know whether we'll be able to sponsor them, subject to consultations. Human resource advisor. Okay. Workplace relations, data analyst, data scientist, statistician. Oh, see, I see it's a new version of NZACO. Because earlier, data analysts and scientists were under the information and organization professionals' neck. Now they're separate jobs. So that's also a new version of NZACO, of the classification of occupations. As blind chain analyst has become a separate job. Okay, I see we're using the new NZACO now. Market research analyst, marketing specialist. Very popular jobs for sponsorship, subject to consultation. ICT account manager, ICT sales representative, public relations professional, sales representative, industrial product, technical sales representative, NEC, pretty popular jobs outside for sponsorship. Airplane pilot, landscape architect, illustrator, web designer, chemical engineer, materials engineer, electronics engineer, mechanical engineer, production plant engineer, engineering technologist. Wow, this is serious. I don't think these jobs will ever be out. That's my personal opinion. Subject to consultations, but they'd have to put them on the confident on list, in my opinion. We simply don't have enough of these people. That's what employers are telling me. We simply don't have enough of these people in Australia. Mechanical engineer. People are crying out for labor, especially in Western Australia and Perth. People want a lot of people like these. A mechanical engineer, production and plant engineer, engineering technology, and they are on the consultation list. I would have them on the confident on list. Okay. Environmental engineer, agricultural consultant. Oh wow, okay. Winemaker, conservation officer, park ranger, botanist, marine biologist. Used to be the confident on thing, now subject to consultation. Biotechnology, subject to consultation. Life scientists, life scientists even. Okay, so the laboratory people working in the lab, special needs teacher for the hearing impaired, etc., is on the consultation list. Occupational health and safety advisor. Okay. Hospital pharmacist, industrial pharmacist, surgeon, okay, urologist, a bit of doctors and nurses development, business analyst. is subject to consultations. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, it's been for ages on the main list. Systems analyst. Well, as I say, business analyst, systems analyst, almost the same job. Wow, multimedia specialist, a very popular job to sponsor. A very, very, very popular job to sponsor is on the who knows list. Web developer, analyst programmer are also on the who knows list. Software engineer, software tester, cybersecurity engineer, DevOps engineer, penetration tester, systems administrator. Wow, and all the cybersec people. But cybersec, I understand why they are on the who knows list, because you need normally Australian citizenship to have access to these jobs, because they're all the jobs in defense. Okay, network and systems engineer, quality engineer, systems test engineer. Wow, so many IT people on the who knows list, on the more consultation needed list. Interesting. Time communication network engineer, barrister, judicial and other legal professionals. We would put, everyone who's not a lawyer would go here, who has no legal practicing certificate in Australia. Student counselor, psychotherapist, recreation officer, pharmacy technician. Okay, medical technicians, meat inspector, etc. Okay. People in telecom, mechanical engineering technicians, and draftspeople. That's surprising. Construction estimator, web administrator, motorcycle mechanics, etc. Bricklayers, painters, joiners, floor finishers, glaziers, locksmiths. Well, this is surprising. These are people in the building trade. We don't build more homes, do we? We don't have enough homes. Why is it up to consultation? Why not a confident on? Okay, baker, pastry cook, chef and cook possibly will be out. It's up to the consultation list, but which means they're not confident on. So if you're considering doing chef or cook course, think twice. Not a confident on. Not a confident on. Sports turf manager, tree worker, landscape gardener, irrigation technician, blah blah blah, vineyard supervisor. Okay, cattle people. Wood machinist, interesting. Not a confident on. Wood machinist is not a confident on. Popular occupation for sponsorship. Cabinet maker. Wow, making kitchens and cabinetry. Not a confident on. Not a confident on. That's interesting. Okay. Horse riding coach or instructor, sports development officer, plastics technician, a dental therapist. Okay, we're done with that. I'm going to leave a link below this video for this new draft. I emphasize it's a draft only of targeted for consultation list. They are all occupations targeted for consultation list. But despite all of them being targeted for consultation, you'll see confident on, confident of, and targeted for consultation. So 3 categories. I'll also leave the link for the current occupation list, where you can yourself see, enter the occupation you like, and see whether it is medium, long-term, regional, or short-term list. So where it stands now, and also you'll see by this draft consultation by Jobs and Skills Australia, you will see what the plans are for this list in the future. And hopefully this will influence the education choices you make, the career choices you make if you intend to study in Australia. So that's very important, guys. Now, of course, we have also the state-nominated 190 491, and we have the 189, which is almost inactive, but it is there, it exists. And we have not been told anything about these 189, 190, 491. What's the list going to be for them? We haven't been told anything yet. But my personal opinion is that eventually the list for 189, 190, 491 is likely to resonate with the employer-sponsored list. At least now, the 482 employer-sponsored kind of resonates in terms of the skilled occupation list with the 190, 491, and 189. They're very close. I mean, why would you say not put a particular job for employer sponsorship, but leave it for 190, 491, and 189? It's a bit strange to me. So I think what this draft work that Jobs and Skills Australia is doing, maybe for the 482, for the new 482, for the skills and demand visa, maybe also an indicator what to expect for 189, 190, and 491. So stay tuned with the recent updates, and remember to like this video, to share this video, and if you have any comments, please do comment and let's discuss the new lists. What do you think about them? Are they surprising? Are they surprised? Are you caught by surprise? Did they crush your dreams, or do you think it's a necessary thing to do and you're confident about it? Let's talk about that. See you soon.